Welcome to this carrier update brought to you by PowerFeed. I'm here with the one, the only Thomas Watson. Good morning. I see we have a map, sir.
We have multiple maps today, so it is happening. It is Maptastic Monday. We are coming into kind of like the post-freight hangover almost, and so looking across parts of the nation right now, Florida. A beacon of hope if you were somebody who was trying to make money. Tender rejections have increased upwards of 21% in the Jacksonville market, but the rest of the country, we're still seeing a decline of volumes, among other things. Parts of Allentown and Harrisburg markets in the Northeast, as well as Baltimore. Looking at Michigan and areas of Minnesota, and then finally going over onto the western parts of the United States. The Denver market is getting a little bit hotter, so March Madness must be in full swing. I'm assuming all the beverage distributors are distributing like overtime based on some of the game results we've had lately. I don't even look at my bracket now. I am too scared. So moving on to chart number 2. Waiting for the all clear sign on that bracket. And so we're looking at markets and truck. It's TRUK. I know we're missing the C, but trust me, it's super, super cool. And so what we're looking at is an index of the number of active tractors. We indexed it back in April of 18, was the benchmark when freight was least crazy in recent memory. Prior to COVID, of course. And so, I really like this because it kind of illustrates a point where we want to see where this capacity is moving. If you want to understand markets, and especially if you're trying to price markets, knowing your heat map and your hot zones are super important. So, driver domiciles and truck density are both almost a 1-to-1 match here. Looking at parts of Texas as well as the Southeast, we're seeing a clustering along parts of the Sun Belt. But as temperatures have warmed, the capacity has slowly migrated into parts of the Mid-Atlantic, Northeast, as well as a little bit of the Great Plains and around Kansas City. So if you're pricing these lanes, bear in mind the location of capacity. Let's kick it over to our third chart real quick. And so that has an indication on haul, our markets. Look at this map. Red means that it's not good if you're a truck driver. Blue means that there is hope yet in declining volumes. And so, when we looked at the amount of trucks in the market previously, and now we have it with an overlay of inbound, outbound loads, we can still see that Southern California is still extremely hot. Looking at the ports as well, Savannah, and then the Midwest is looking pretty strong as well. So you can still make money going from Midwest, Mid-Atlantic, and parts of the Southeast still. But as you expand out westward into other parts of the Sun Belt as well as the Pacific Northwest region here, you're still going to experience a little bit more volatility. So very interesting stuff here. Kicking it over to our next chart. Into rejections. And so why is the great softening of freight upon us? Well, it's because rejections are going down, currently sitting nationwide at 14.97%, but I broke it down by flatbed, reefer, and van because it's important to understand that not all markets are experiencing the same kind of situation. Flatbed still remains strong at 36%. We've got things with the infrastructure bill and a lot of things going on here. This flatbed is, going to be kind of a situation where even if overall volumes in terms of van and consumer demand go down, there's still going to be a lot of activity in your open deck markets just because of the economic activity. And unless people stop making houses and building roads, open decks may continue to experience strongness. Reefer is at 25% as well. We're coming up on produce season. We're seeing lower seasonality than expected right now, but still extremely elevated. Both of those things are key things to keep an eye on compared to dry van, which is unfortunately hanging out around 15%. Kicking it over to the next chart. Tender volumes. Now, I tried to pull the tender volumes for flatbed and reefer. The issue was that they are such a small amount of the index. 13,000 is what we're looking at with everything combined. Flatbed and reefer was like 3,000, and it was a smaller fraction. So for the sake of understanding it, we have the truck stop rate overlay with the overall tender volumes of the past 6 months. What does that mean? Well, if you look over to my shoulder here, this one, there we go. It's going down. Oh, my weatherman skills there. Downwards. No green screen, by the way. This is all real. So look at March. We're experiencing some volatility, but we are still in a situation where volumes are continuing to trend downward, and correspondingly, the truck stop rates are going down as well. So, just like they taught me in school, it's the economy, stupid. So right now we're looking at the freight market. The economy is going to have a very big impact in the coming weeks to see if this will go up or continue to trend downward.
Yeah, Thomas, one of the things I love about this is how near real time it is compared to some of the other public indices that are going to be more so telling about what just happened. So I'd love to watch this, see what is really happening real time. Thomas, thank you so much for this update. We'll be sure to check in with you again throughout the morning. Right now, we're going to toss it back over to Kaylee Nix.